Hey kids, Rich here from Castles, Capes, and Clones, and I'm here with Tom,
Greetings.
our some
I think we should just keep going.
the loudest
Yeah.
truck ever. Hey kids, Rich here from Castles, Capes, and Clones, and I'm here with our buddy Tom.
Greetings.
And we just got out of Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, and we have not talked about it
No, we.
since coming out of that theater
Yeah.
because we wanted to share our initial thoughts with the movie. I'm sure we're going to do a little deeper dive with Lauren, so we're just going to do a quick kind of thought thing.
Yes.
So, what'd you think? This
Okay.
initial impression kind of overview.
I mean, I was skeptical at first before we watched it because I was like, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm so used to the characters we've been introduced to for the past over a decade now, and I'm
Right.
like, oh, more characters. I don't know if it'll be as interesting, if I'll like them as much. And this one, I was like, even though, yeah, with Black Widow and even the 3 series we got, WandaVision, all those other three, we did get new characters. But as far as a character that we know is going to be a part of, this next stage, like a heavy hitter, pretty much. I was like, I don't know, but because I wasn't sure how I felt about the trailer. Like, I wasn't sure, like, if it was one of those cases where you see a trailer for a movie, you're like, eh, but then you see the movie, you're like, that trailer did not do the movie justice at all.
Right.
I felt like that's what this movie did. Like, the trailer didn't get me super hyped up, versus like seeing the trailer for like Endgame and things like that, where you're just losing your mind watching it. But I did like it a lot. There isn't a character I didn't like in here, and I liked the dynamic between, especially. Are we okay with doing some light spoilers in this one?
Let's try not to.
Okay.
Until we'll probably do a deep dive.
Okay. So I'll keep it vague. I liked the dynamic of the family.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think what we can speak on is what we know from the trailer. So if you totally do not want anything spoiled, then probably turn this off right now.
Yeah. And go see it and then come back.
Come back and see this. But if you've seen the trailers and stuff, we know certain characters. So we know that first we know Shang-Chi, right? We know Katie is his friend. That's Awkwafina. We know that Michelle Yeoh is their aunt, and I can't remember the actress' name, plays his sister, but we know that's his sister.
Yeah.
So we know those things, and we know there's a guy with a sword hand.
Yeah.
And what we've seen in the trailer is a bit, primarily that bus scene,
Yeah.
which in the movie is longer.
Yeah, it's
which
way
is-
longer.
Like, I was impressed with the trailer version of that.
Yeah.
But the longer version is great.
Yeah.
So we know that takes place. We've seen kind of like, we know that in the thing that Shang-Chi has been away for like 10 years, and his father's like, I let you do whatever for 10 years, but now it's time to come back. And things like that. I think that's primarily we know. We've seen some quick cuts of like the battles. So we know there's some mystical creatures. Like we've seen the lion, dragon things, whatever you call those things.
Yeah. Which was great to see that
Yeah.
real
But I
life
think
version of that.
That's all.
Yeah.
I think we've also seen that underwater scene,
Yeah.
but I don't know if people know what that is.
Yeah.
So I'll just,
Yeah.
if you've seen it, you kind of know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And
But we won't get into it.
Yeah.
Of what that is.
Yeah, so I will say that what follows, without giving it away, what follows after what is revealed after that underwater scene, to me, and I think a lot of you would probably agree, I know you would, is as far as what you see is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like yeah, trying to like
Yeah, without actually saying what it is, because they don't show us the
Yeah.
trailers that I saw what it is.
I would say for fans of genre and whatever,
Yeah.
you when you watch this sequence of events, just the way it looks
Mhm.
is something you've seen this kind of thing before, but the way they've shot it and the way they like laid it out, and like it's like art.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to.
Yeah,
I was just like,
it's like just for anyone who's taken any history class ever, or
Yeah.
just even Wikipedia, especially this culture. Yeah, it's pretty much what you would it's literally there's moments where, like, if you if you freeze frame these moments, it looks like pretty much a recreation of art from that culture. Yeah,
I would say,
which
like,
is just insanely beautiful.
and this is full of it.
Yeah,
Like the
lots.
cinematography in it is amazing. First of all, the choreography is great. Like I remember, I was talking to a friend about another movie that came out recently that has martial arts in it, and how terrible it is.
Yeah, that
Just
was
the fight scenes alone are like, that's terrible.
like clunky, and it's like, ugh.
Like you can tell that the actor did not know anything.
Yeah,
And like if you listen to Simu Liu talk about it, like he didn't know anything about martial arts before this movie. You would never know it.
Yeah.
In this thing, it is again. It's like everything about it. It's like beautiful.
yeah. Like that was when it comes to the martial arts and the choreography in this one, more particularly with the editing and getting into technical stuff here.
Yeah.
And also the cinematography, is that whenever there is a movie where there is fighting in it of any kind, not just martial arts, and if the actors don't really know what they're doing and they're kind of like not really trained well, they hide it in like a bunch of like quick cuts and like really fast
close-
camera movements. No,
close-
this one wasn't like that. It
Oh,
was there's a lot of wide shots
and-
of just you could see exactly what's going on, which
And
I
not a
love.
lot of quick like
No.
moves are moves. Like it's not
Yeah.
like, all right, well we'll try to simulate this and with a quick cut here.
You could
No,
even
you
see
it.
them make contact with each other instead of it being
Yeah.
like this awkward, jumbled mess of arm movement and stuff. No, you could. Yeah, it was really because I was going into this again. I was expecting, okay, it's gonna be the same. I have this kind of expectation of movies, especially when fighting and martial arts is a big part of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
uh-oh, is this going to be where we can't really make out what's going on? It's going to be a lot of quick cutting, stuff like that. But no, it was the exact opposite. And it was refreshing, to say the least.
Yeah. I would say also, like, go back to the family thing. Like, the story isn't what I thought it was going to be.
No.
I actually really liked the reason why this movie exists. I'm trying to figure out how to dance around
Yeah.
things. Like the trailers make this is Wen Shu, his name. Shang-Chi's father. There's a lot of emphasis on he's like the head of the Ten Rings and stuff, and we know the Ten Rings ish from Iron Man 3. Well, also Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
That's who kidnapped Tony Stark. Spoiler from 10 years ago. But like this, I did not expect how that story played out at all.
Yeah.
Like I thought, well, I mean, tune back in for the longer discussion.
Yeah.
where we'll probably do spoilers at
Yeah.
that point. But like,
We're having a hard time dancing around.
like don't like, yeah, they're like it's not what I expected from the story, from what
Yeah.
the trailers have shown, and from a typical kind of protagonist kind of angle. It's
Yeah.
not a protagonist antagonist angle like that you might expect from the story from the trailer is like I was hiding out and then my father found me and wants to bring him in. He wants me to go into the family business as it were. different kind of take on that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And I have to say, there was one person in this movie I was not expecting.
Yeah, the whole audience was there was like kind of this gasp and then laughing because
Yeah.
none of us were expecting
But
this
I'm-
character.
It's kind of awesome that they brought this person.
And it
in,
actually
so,
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Considering.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All in all, again, we'll speak upon we'll expand upon all these things when we can do a spoiler version of this with Lauren.
Yeah.
But yeah, my impression was I was looking forward to this as an Asian, because I definitely was looking forward to having the Asian culture in the MCU. Well, we got bits here and there, but this is a full-on Asian-ish production, and I think it went well. I'm looking forward to Shang-Chi in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and a lot of people said this is going to change the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
Um,
It opens as if things weren't opened enough already with, WandaVision and especially Loki.
yeah.
This does it even more.
Yeah. The MCU as we know it is way more than just what we see.
Yeah.
It's it's now a universe.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool. And if you've seen some of the what ifs, which this guy has not,
Yeah.
so I
No,
won't
yeah.
say too much. But all this Phase 4 is this if Phase 1 through 3 was the Infinity Stones, this is taking that world and being there's the Infinity Stone story is this much of the universe.
Yeah.
Here's everything else.
Yeah.
And I think some of the stuff that we find out at the end. Look, if you haven't seen a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
credits.
Yes.
There's 2.
There's 2.
Okay, so that won't spoil. But
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
if you see, if anything, after the first one,
Yeah.
don't leave.
Yeah. Just
Just
so.
when the lights go on a Marvel movie and the ushers are coming in with the garbage things, that's
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you know it's safe to leave.
When it's a black screen not showing anything,
Yeah.
then it's okay to leave.
Then it's okay.
Yeah, there were still people.
But there are
getting
two.
up.
There's a mid credits and a post credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I every time I'm in one of these movies, I'm like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Every single time except for Endgame.
yeah,
'cause
which was the only
that
time
was,
it
the
was
end.
perfectly acceptable
Yeah.
to do that.
Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
No,
Endgame?
Infinity War. At the end of that,
Oh, it had
it was
the-
the one where he pages,
Yeah. So
And-
yeah.
and Sam-
Endgame is kind of.
yeah,
But and some of those post credit things are yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
both of them.
yeah.
The mid credit scene, you're just what's going on?
You're like,
And then the last one, you're just oh my god, what's going on?
yeah, you're just like, what's gonna
happen?
What's gonna happen after this? It's just, it gets me excited, especially the mid-credit scene. The end credit scene. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting it to go this way. So,
Right. So
all right, we'll see.
There we go.
But yeah, that mid-credit scene. What we see and who we see, I was, delighted. One of them is someone I cherish very much. So, you know who that is. I think you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just it's so hard to say this without actually.
I know.
It got me really excited for what's to come and what we kind of know what's on its way that we've known about for a while as far as titles of future things.
Yeah.
So, and it's a subject that we were talking about in the car on the way here before we saw the movie. There's a particular subject that I just eat up, and it just seems like we're just like that mid-credit scene was like, oh, you thought you were prepared, like there's so much more you can't even comprehend. That's the vibe
like
I
you,
got.
like
from
you
it.
said, WandaVision opens some stuff up.
Yeah.
Loki opens some stuff up. Shang-Chi
Yeah.
definitely
Even
opens
more.
some
Yeah.
stuff up.
So they're prepping us for something huge.
Yeah. So, all in all, I highly recommended.
Yeah.
I know it's not available on Disney Plus now. I can't remember if they're doing the 4 to 5 day thing. I think they are. I think after 4 to 5 days it'll come on
I
Disney
think
Plus.
so.
But
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable,
If you feel safe
go see it in
and
the
comfortable, go see in the theater. It is.
theater. It is
I mean,
definitely a theater.
like pretty much like all the Marvel, especially like the later Marvel, films. Like
mean,
it's worth seeing in the
unless you
theater.
have like 103 OLED screen.
Yeah.
with,
Unless
like,
you have a home
super
theater.
sound.
Yeah, then
Sure.
by all means. But if you can,
But like we said, it's like a lot of like every single frame is art.
yeah, it's again. I like being proven wrong with stuff like this. Like okay, it's gonna be, kind of. I'm gonna be confused with some of the fights sometimes. Hopefully not. And it was the opposite. I knew.
Yeah.
And also, I really loved the score.
Yes.
The score really stuck out.
Yeah. Like it's the score. It has definitely its roots in
Yeah.
like the Asian culture, but it takes it to like the modern
Yeah.
cinematic,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
realm. So it's not like your typical Asian kind of wushu soundtrack.
Yeah, it's done really well. Like I was listening to it because sometimes when you're watching any movie, if the score is just kind of average, you don't really.
Yeah.
It just kind of blends in with everything. But this is one of those cases where I'm like, I could kind of see myself listening to this on its own, like when I get home or something. No, it was really good.
That's why, like at the end of the credits, I was waiting to see if there was a soundtrack.
Yeah.
And there's both the soundtrack,
Yeah.
but then there's the orchestral
Yeah.
soundtrack.
So pretty much like with
And
like
even
Guardians and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But even like the songs
Yeah.
that they have, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I.
A
And
lot of it's not my normal.
genre. Yeah, but
right?
they weren't bad tracks that they picked. Like
Yeah.
like that was that's always a sensitive thing when putting like actual songs in a movie. You have to know what's going to work. And you're just, oh, this sounds cool, let's just put it in there. But it actually worked for all the times they used it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't overdone.
Yeah.
So, can't complain.
And again, like I know I said we were gonna end this, but
Yeah.
I can't not also talk about the actors.
Yeah, the cast was great.
All of them
Yeah, all of them.
were great. Even Razor Fist.
Yeah.
I'm like we're laughing only because that's another thing that I did not expect that character to be.
Yeah.
But like, I really like that guy.
Yo, he was cool.
I think I had one complaint, and we'll talk about it in the expanded one. But I mean, one out of however many.
Yeah.
I never did. Pause.
I guess you're editing that.
Yep. Nope. We're keeping it in.
Might as well.
I mean, we're basically outside of the
Yeah,
restaurant that's closing
yeah,
soon.
restaurant
Right
we just
outside the
ate
theater.
at, and then theaters right here.
Thanks, Which.
Yes.
Not sponsored. But if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to, by all means.
What was I talking about? Actor. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. Great.
Yeah.
My nitpick is not with the actor. It's just a character I wish we kind of learn more about. But
Yeah.
again, that's a nitpick of
Yeah.
all nitpicks.
Yeah.
So yeah, closing. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
And I
so did I.
need to see it again. I might try to see it again in a theater. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Because why not?
So, thank you all for watching. Or do you have any other ones? I'm gonna cut you off. Nope.
No, you can't say. No, I mean, I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
a lot.
mine too.
Yeah, because I was expecting it to be I had this weird expectation of it. Is not every single Marvel movie is mind blowing. We have some of them that are like, all
That's
right,
alright.
yeah, just it's fine. That's what I thought. That was my kind of expectation for this one, but no, it was great,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for more to come, especially Eternals, and especially I know we got some time, but especially Multiverse of Madness, which I know I've talked about more than once because I've
Yeah. And don't
super
forget
excited.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that too. Even
Like this next
more of
couple of
that.
months. So next couple of months are going to be pretty exciting for Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it Spider-Man and the Eternals before the year is out,
Yeah,
I think we're going to get Hawkeye,
yeah, yeah. I think we are
which, if you saw Black Widow,
ties in.
so. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Ta.